Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today we are exploring one of the absolute most satisfying progression stories out there. It is literally the ultimate zero to hero journey. We're talking about a boy who goes from being a complete deadbeat, like known by everyone for literally doing nothing all day, to forging himself into an absolute legend with a sword. His name is Aaron Ferreira, and his whole path, it's completely defined by an unbreakable will that literally defies the laws of the world. So, what does this all mean? Well, to really understand Aaron, we gotta look at the trauma that made him a deadbeat in the first place. When he was just a little kid, he tragically lost his mother right in front of his eyes. And Aaron, he completely shut down. I mean, for 10 long, agonizing years, the kid did nothing but sleep. He just hid in the warmth of his bed to escape that crushing pain. But then, out of nowhere, he wakes up with this overwhelming, uncontrollable urge to wield a massive heavy sword. It's like his body practically forces him to swing it, moving on its own just to relieve this tremendous weight sitting on his heart. Section 1. The Deadbeat Noble's Awakening. Now, you might be wondering, what could possibly jolt Aaron out of a 10-year depression? Well, it's a dream of incomprehensible willpower. In his sleep, Aaron starts watching this mysterious, nameless man from the perspective of an observer. This stranger arrives in a village and just starts swinging a heavy sword in a courtyard. And he doesn't stop. Not after 5 years in freezing heavy snow, not after 15 years while the entire village physically changes around him. He swings that sword every single day for 37 years, literally until he passes away on his feet, his body completely cold, his eyes furious, and still fiercely clutching his blade. Aaron doesn't just wake up from this crazy dream. He actually inherits this nameless swordsman's terrifying, unbreakable resolve. Section 2. Enter Chrono Sword Academy. Driven by this insane borrowed will, Aaron finally leaves the comfort of his family estate. He enrolls in the ultra-prestigious and grueling Chrono Sword Academy and immediately faces physical endurance tests that push his weak body way past its limits. And the main conflict here becomes instantly clear. It's will versus talent. Aaron gets thrown straight into Class F. He has zero natural talent, his form is terrible, and he has absolutely no stamina. Literally all he has is his unbreakable focus. Standing in stark contrast to him are the Class A noble prodigies, Ilya Lindsay and Bart Lloyd. These two are natural-born geniuses who excel at everything effortlessly. Right away, the gap between Aaron and these prodigies just seems entirely unbridgeable.
But here's where Aaron's true character really starts to shine. During a brutal midterm evaluation, which involves this incredibly grueling swim, Aaron actually throws away his own ranking just to save a fiercely independent, hot-headed plebeian girl named Judith from drowning. He willingly drops all the way down to 34th place just to help her out. This totally selfless act, paired with his literally insane work ethic, catches the eye of the legendary Master Ian. Ian actually uses Aaron's mindset to completely humble the arrogant prodigy Bart Lloyd, telling him, "A person with a closed mind won't admit their mistakes." It's a massive turning point. It finally forces these supposed geniuses to actually look at the deadbeat they've been ignoring.
Section 3. Forging a Hero's Path. His rivals suddenly realize he has this terrifying density of focus. Like, when Aaron trains, he uses 100% of his entire being, no distractions. So, how does Aaron actually pull this off? Well, he uses a super unorthodox training regimen. Step 1. He completely abandons all complex swordplay to focus entirely on a single heavy vertical strike. Step 2. He begins deep meditation, diving into his subconscious to connect with that nameless swordsman from his dreams. And Step 3. He painstakingly pulls those 37 years of dream muscle memory and raw intent and merges it directly into his own physical body and reality. It's wild.
Which brings us to the final evaluation. The entire academy is watching. The geniuses have just shown off all their dazzling, super complex techniques. And then Aaron steps up. He closes his eyes, drops into a deep state of meditation, and unleashes just one solitary, devastating vertical strike. Just one. But that single swing contains the staggering, suffocating weight of 37 years of unyielding determination. The strike is so unfathomably heavy that it literally shatters the arena floor, cracking the solid earth right in two. It completely shocks the entire academy, and guess what? It secures him second place overall. No way!
But as we dig deeper into the source material, we find out this isn't just physical strength. Eren is actually tapping into the mystic arts. Guided by, and you're gonna love this, a mystical talking black cat named Ruru, Eren learns that his heavy heart, his pure intentions, and his unbreakable determination are literally forcing the world to bend to his will. The mystic arts is a power that ignores the normal laws of the world. He's taking his incredible inner resolve and literally forging it into tangible physical reality.
Section 4. Mastering the Mystical Aura. So, as Eren leaves the academy, he gets a harsh reality check. He witnesses the terrifying strength of Ignis Crescent. She's this brutal mercenary who utterly broke Elia's genius older brother in just 3 strikes. To face monsters like Ignis, Eren realizes he desperately needs a whole new level of power. So, with his old rival Judith's help, he starts learning the 6 precise stages of aura. It goes like this. You have to accumulate power, strengthen the body, endure the insane physical pressure, clarify the senses, focus everything onto a single point, and finally manifest it into reality. It is a brilliant, hard, intensely logical magic system. Armed with this new knowledge, Eren marches right into the gladiator arenas, and guys, his ascent is absolutely unstoppable. He rapid-fires his way through the ranks, completely dominating his opponents with his heavy sword and his newly manifested aura. The roaring crowds actually dub him the Supernova because he's rapidly promoted to the prestigious king level, catching the eyes of some seriously powerful figures across the entire continent.
But here's the thing about aura. It isn't just raw, blank power. It actually takes on the very nature of the wielder's heart. Eren ends up developing a holy flame. It's a pure, anti-demonic energy that purifies and gives life, and it's forged specifically because he relies on the love and support of his friends. But in stark contrast stands the demonic aura. This is a negative, corrupting energy fed by doubt and darkness that slowly consumes whoever wields it. And this insidious power is exactly what is secretly infecting Ilya's broken older brother, Carl Lindsay. It perfectly sets up a tragic, inevitable collision course.
Section 5. The Festival of Heroes. All of this builds up to a massive climax. Against a dark backdrop of rising demonic threats and monster attacks sweeping across the continent, the greatest young talents gather for a monumental tournament. And the emotional stakes absolutely through the roof. Bart Lloyd, completely stripped of his former noble arrogance, has ground his way through the tournament bracket. He fights surrounded by a dazzling tornado of silver light, pushing himself to the absolute brink. He literally declares, "I'll fight purely for myself. I will find a way to face him and I will win." All of this just to face his best friend and greatest rival, Eren. Now, right before this epic quarterfinal clash, Eren faces a real moment of hesitation. But his mystic cat mentor, Ruru, steps in with some profound advice. She tells him, "The cold rain that chills the burning heart is doubt. You must rely on the belief others have in you." She gently reminds our guy that his strength doesn't come from suffering in isolation, like that nameless man in his dreams. No. To keep his fire burning, he has to rely on the belief of his friends and family. It's such a crucial moment.
Inside the arena, it is a visually spectacular, absolutely visceral battle. Bart unleashes everything he has, a literal tornado of silver light, slashing with incredible speed and blinding fluidity. But Eren meets him head-on with an unstoppable, impossibly heavy blade infused with his pure, life-giving aura. The clash is devastating. It literally shakes the very foundations of the arena, while the crowd watches in absolute awe. It's a real game-changer of a fight. Emerging victorious, Eren's tremendous physical growth is finally, truly anchored to his emotional resolution. Think about it. He's no longer that lazy noble hiding in his bed. He is no longer just mindlessly swinging a sword to ease his childhood trauma. He makes a conscious, incredibly powerful choice to protect others. He says, "I will walk the path of a hero. It is my desire. It is my promise." But even as he claims victory in the quarterfinals, the shadows are moving. Carl Lindsay is falling deeper and deeper into his demonic corruption, and the terrifying Ignis Crescent is just waiting in the wings. So, with the Festival of Heroes reaching its bloody climax and a literal demonic threat closing in on the kingdom, what ultimate devastating test awaits Eren Ferreira next? You'll just have to